So we have talked about Ice Universe many times on this channel because he is a prominent leaker for a lot of different things. And today he posted this picture right here. The Galaxy Z Fold 4's case versus the Galaxy Z Fold 5 case. And other than a little dot where the camouflage is, you're seeing how similar these two phones are. And this is not really that surprising. If you've been following with any of the leaks of the Z Fold 5, it is pretty much going to be the exact same phone as the Z Fold 4. There will be some differences in the matter of how the screen durability is, how it's going to be better. The hinge is going to be different. As you guys can see on this screen, on the left-hand side, the hinge, there's two little things. While this one, there's pretty much no coverage in the middle of the hinge. The hinge is going to be different, obviously. The inside screen is going to be more durable. And everything else is pretty much the same. Camera system, a little bit of an upgrade, not much. Anything else, though, is out of the question. There's no pen silo. I know that I think there's like 1% of the community that still is waiting eventually for the Galaxy Z Fold series to have a pen silo. I don't know who is that part of that community, but there are some people who care about that for some reason. Other than that, though, no. Even the camera size is going to be exactly the same, as you guys can see from both pictures. It's not going to be really much difference at all in the size of the actual outside cameras. And this is why a lot of people are excited about the Google Pixel Fold, and why it really does shake up the industry completely, is because we're getting something new. And this is not what we really expect. I mean, let's be honest, if you go back to the whole, Apple and iPhones, for the longest time, Android had zero, really that amazing phones. For the longest time, it was like, okay, Apple is the by far better phone, but it's way more expensive. So if you want to get a phone and you don't want to spend an arm and a leg, you go with Android, but it's not going to be that great. Now, Apple and Android are pretty much the same. But for the longest time, when Android was kind of in the mid section, Apple really didn't change their iPhones at all. They pretty much released the same iPhone every year, but changed one or two features. And because currently Samsung's in that ballpark range of, we don't have to change anything, we don't have to do anything because we don't have competition, this is the future for foldable phones. If Google did not do what they did, which is release the Google Pixel Fold. This is why a lot of people, who are hating on the Google Pixel Fold, it's like, there's no reason to. The Google Pixel Fold is going to make this industry 1,000 times better. Because now we have competition. If we don't have competition, the Galaxy Z Fold 10 is just going to be the Galaxy Z Fold 5 with a different number. And if you allow companies to do this, they will do this. I promise you right now, if Samsung was the only phone company making foldable phones, we would see every single year the same exact Galaxy Z Fold series phone. Because there's no reason to change. The idea, don't fix something that isn't broken. That's like the go-to method for every foldable phone company out there. If it's not broke, don't fix it. There's no reason to spend money unless competition. Competition is what creates, the whole atmosphere when it comes to, it creates the whole, better in business, right? Because when you have competition, it's better for the consumer. So I am all over the place mentally right now. I don't know why. It's better for the consumer to have more competition because that means better products. If I release a phone, right, a foldable phone right now for $1,200, now you come out with a foldable phone for $1,100, but you have two more features than I have. Why would someone buy my phone? They wouldn't. Now, if I want to beat you at selling my phone, now I got to discount my phone to $1,000 because you have two new features. Well, next year, I'm going to come out with a phone that is the same price as yours, but has an extra feature or two. And you just keep going on and on and on. What happens now if you have 20, 30 people in the group doing the same thing? They're creating affordable phones, trying to beat each other out. Well, that means the price of the phones come down, and obviously features go up. So it's just all around amazing what Google is doing. What Google is doing right now, with love it or hate it, with the things people complain about the Galaxy or the Google Pixel Fold, they are changing and actually pushing the industry forward. Microsoft could care less about the industry, and that really is the biggest problem. But Google is actually doing pretty dang good. So, again, like I said, it is disappointing that this is the facts, but this is going to be the facts unless the Google Pixel Fold becomes as successful as Samsung right now is. And also, I will say, to the other point, is at some point, there isn't much more you can add to a foldable phone. And I will say it, like, obviously, yes, you know, they could always add features. They have people whose jobs it is to just create features on these foldable phones. So they can create more features, but to make a revolutionary feature, it's getting to a point now with how advanced these foldable phones are that it's almost impossible for that to happen, right? It's almost impossible to get to a point where we get like, wow, this foldable phone just came out and it has the craziest feature of all time. We're now to a point where, like, for example, the Tensor G2 chip, that's what sets, you know, Google aside from Samsung. Because everything else is pretty much the same outside of the outside display is more beautiful on the Google Pixel Fold, and the inside display is also a little bit better in my opinion. But other than that, we're just seeing kind of copy and paste for every foldable cell phone. So the way you can set yourself aside from other companies is by having, like, for example, a Tensor G2 chip, a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip, so on and so on. But it's getting to a point now where it's, like, almost impossible to come out with a revolutionary feature, which I feel like eventually, not right now, eventually I feel like the new feature is going to be a lower price tag. And that's when we're going to see this industry boom. When the foldable phones come down in price. But with how much they cost, and we found out last year how much the Z Fold 3 costs, no, Z Fold 4 costs, and it's right around what they're selling it for. This is not like Samsung's, you know, creating the Z Fold series phones for like $200 and selling it for $1,800. They're creating these foldable phones for around $1,500, and they're selling them for $1,800. So, to all the people who do complain about the price of the Z Fold series phones, yes, they are very expensive, but at this point, if they were to try to sell them for less and, let's say, more reasonable price of like $1,200, they would be losing like $200-300 per phone. And they're just simply not going to do that. So, to the point of like the foldable phone price is too high, unless the cost of materials come down, which probably will never happen, I just don't see I don't see the price ever being that affordable. I think at one point we're going to see foldable phones come down to around $1,400, and that might be the cheapest we ever see them. But, just one man's opinion. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.